Hey, which one is bad for you?
Pathogenic.
Pathogenic is correct. Non-pathogenic would not hurt you. It does good stuff for you. Like what?
Non-pathogenic it goes into like medicines and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Help your
Um,
body break down food too. What's up, y'all? What's going on? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. All right. Pathogenic bacteria live in moist, unclean places and warm. I meant to say warm. Some of the harmful bacteria, which is pathogenic, you should be concerned with are what three?
Viruses.
And what type of bacteria?
Oh,
I know where you was going with that, but
yeah.
yeah, we'll come back to that. You just talking about pathogens in general. We'll come back to that though, because it's four of those.
What's
But
that? I just read
we
it.
talking about pathogenic bacteria. It's three types.
Three times. You got, I just read them.
We'll get it right then.
Let me
Careless, how you doing? How y'all doing?
get it back.
Appreciate y'all
Let me
joining.
get back.
Appreciate y'all joining. We are doing the Barber Theory study for South Carolina. We are based in South Carolina. I have a gentleman who is off screen because he's so embarrassed because he has not been studying
Hey.
for the
That's
past
what I thought it was.
for the
Okay.
past however many weeks. He has not been studying,
All right. So
which is
we got
crazy.
Priscilla.
You got 177 people that just found out you ain't been studying like you should have been.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Oh, it's
That's,
dropping now. It's dropping now. It's dropping now.
it's
Look, before y'all jump off of here, before y'all drop off the map on me, give me some likes. You know what I'm saying? I can use it,
but yeah,
especially
we
from
got.
y'all TikTok. I got the most organic reach on TikTok.
All right. So let's talk about Spirilla, Coxai,
Girl.
and Bacilli. That's how you say it.
Oh my God, somebody being silly. Anyway,
Bacilli.
nope, I do not. Yeah, you got Bacilli, Spirilla,
And
Coxai.
Coxai.
Within the Coxai family, how many classifications do you got for those?
Three.
That's right. What are they?
Staphylococcus,
Yeah,
streptococcus.
yeah.
That last one is
Thank you. Thank you.
what's that
Princess, what's happening?
what's that last one?
Thank you. Thank you. How y'all doing?
I can't remember the last one.
Diplococci. All right, so
Dipset. That's how I remember
Dipset.
that.
Okay, so Staphylococci is responsible for what?
Staph infection,
Staph infection. Strepto,
strep,
strep throat, and Diplococci. Start with a P, and the P is silent.
pneumonia.
Yes, that is correct. Okay. Bacilli singular. Bacillus is the plural form. Pathogen has a short rod shape, gives off diseases like also tuberculosis and lockjaw. Spirilla in the shape of a spiral gives off syphilis. Cocci or coccus is round and gives off gonorrhea, strepto, and also staph infections. Um, the different types of cocci, but that's correct too. All right. Um, which one represents like clusters of grapes out of the cocci family? That's a high percentage question to it, by the way.
Staph.
That's correct. There's a very high. Hey, Carol. There's a very high percentage that you're going to see that. Okay. All right. Cool. Now give me those four pathogens in general.
Fungi,
Yep.
viruses,
Yep.
parasites.
Yep. Mary Garris Warren. What's going on?
Parasites, fungi,
Jayway. I don't know how
viruses,
y'all
and bacteria.
on this. That's correct. All right. So let's talk about
And no, I ain't cheating, y'all. My book is closed.
oh, they can't see you.
It good.
I know you'd say that. All right. Decontamination. What is the highest level of decontamination, by the way?
Sterilization.
That is correct. What do you have to have to fully sterilize something? Starts with an A. Oh, wow.
Huh?
That's funny.
And what do I need to fully
Yeah,
sterilize something?
that's right. Start with an A.
So they, I don't know.
Autoclave.
Huh?
Autoclave.
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 Oh, okay, autoclave.
All right. Three levels
What's
of
the other three?
decontamination. You got sanitation, disinfection, sterilization, which you said sterilization is the highest.
The lowest is sanitation.
The lowest is sanitation. There you go. Sterilization strongest, weakest sanitation. Washing your hands with soap and water as well as using hand sanitizer are both forms of sanitation. Okay. Disinfection requires more work, uses products such as, give me an example of a disinfectant.
Barbicide, Lysol.
Perfect. Matter of fact, who registers all disinfectants sold in the United States?
The EPA.
Which stands for what? You too, Carol.
Environmental something X.
Nope.
Not X. Association.
And it's the
Good,
wrong one.
man. I feel it in my heart.
Environmental Protection Agency.
Say X and fucking association.
Yeah.
If I see it on test, I get it right.
Okay, because they might have
They gonna have it because
they're
that's
gonna
a
have
very
the
high
different
percentage question.
well, they're gonna have different forms of
Yeah,
yeah.
EPA.
hmm So it's the Environmental Protection Agency. Let's see what else. Infections, two types. Infections spread all over the body. General infections, just a high percentage question, but I don't know as much for the master hair care. But anyway, you got general infection. Those found in only one spot are local infections. Okay,
Mm.
general infections spread all over your body. See what else? Symptoms, sign of the disease come in two forms. You have objective and subjective. Subjective simple symptoms you cannot see, but you can feel. Objective simple symptoms are the type that you can see. So give me an example of both. Give me an example of an objective symptom, which you can see, and give me an example of a subjective symptom that you can't see.
Okay, subjective is like when you start you just itching, like you just scratching for no reason. Something like that. Not really, but like I know objective is when you can see it and it's like, did I just switch them to?
You did,
I did.
but I
Ah,
got you. So,
yeah,
objective symptom is something that you can see, like redness,
yeah, or
swelling, you know, a burn mark, something like that, right?
yeah,
Objective is say
something invisible.
you feel pain in your hand,
Yeah,
but you can't see it, right? Like say you've been cutting hair all day and
carpal
your
tunnel.
thumb hurting
Yeah,
or something like that. Carpal tunnel, yeah. Yep. Let's see what else. Mm, what is the difference between a disinfectant and an antiseptic?
so can I give it to you like level?
You can start there.
Okay, so um, from what I read, 70% isopropyl alcohol.
No, that ain't what I'm talking about.
I
I know
know.
what you're talking about. We'll get to that though.
Okay.
But the difference between a disinfectant and antiseptic is an antiseptic can be used safely on the skin. Disinfectant can't. Like you can't spray
Yeah,
clipper side on your skin
I wish you could.
without messing it up. Like
You gonna
you don't fuck
rash
your shit
out.
up.
Hey, you get
But
mad at nigga ain't check.
yeah, disinfectants that are used on clippers, barber chairs, countertops, etc., etc. Antiseptics are used on the skin. In some states, 50 to 60% isopropyl alcohol can be used as an antiseptic, and 70% or higher ethyl or isopropyl alcohol is strong enough to be a disinfectant.
Disinfectant.
Okay,
That's where I was going. That's how I was
yeah,
going with that.
I got you. All right, let's see. Mm, that's cool. That's cool. Tools and implements. We'll come back to tools and implements. Mm, all All right. The study of the skin is what? Ends in ology.
Myology.
And
It's not myology.
no, it's not.
Histology.
And that is the study of the tiny structures within tissues.
Study of the skin. We just talked about this because it's Mike's favorite. No, it's not Mike's favorite thing. That's the other one. Mike's. Why is my mind blank?
I don't know, because when I tell you, you're going to get mad at yourself.
I'm finna be real angry because this is the question.
Dermatology is the study of skin. That's a gimme.
It's
Don't blank
definitely.
out. Don't blank out like that on the test, man. I'm gonna be
I
mad at you.
promise you, it's
Don't blank out on the test like that, man. I'm gonna be mad at
be mad at me too. Cause I ain't trying to take this test again.
you. Your skin has two layers.
Epidermis and the dermis.
That's right. Epidermis has 5 layers, not 4. They have 5. Give me those 5.
Stratum cornea, stratum lucidum, stratum um, spinosum,
Hmm.
stratum germinativum,
Yep.
and
One more.
stratum granulosum.
That's right. That's it. That's it. All right. Dermis is how many times thicker than the epidermis?
25.
Excellent. 2 layers of the dermis.
The papillary layer and the reticular layer.
That's right. The inner layer, which is the reticular, is a layer with blood vessels. If you cut your cuticle or scrape the top level of the skin, you will not bleed because there are no blood vessels in the epidermis. But if you ever scrape your skin and it bleeds, you have cut through the epidermis. You are now in the dermis. Of all the areas of the skin, it is the thickest. Where?
Hmm.
Where is the skin? Uh, where is the dermis the thickest on your body? And also, there are no follicles on these areas either.
Your hands and your feet,
Wear it on your hands and your feet
your palms, and the soles.
and the soles of your feet. That is correct. Okay. Where is the skin the thinnest?
Your eyelids,
Where else?
the scalp.
Is very close to your eyelids. Very, very close. Gorilla '05. What's going on? Happy Sunday.
It's close to your eyelids.
Yeah.
It's a piece of skin thinner than the eyelid.
No, it is thinnest on your eyebrows and your eyelids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that does make sense because they're right beside each other.
Hmm.
Only reason why I knew that was skinny player right there just because of the fact that I split my eyelid open. And
So remember that. All right. Skin supported by a protein called collagen. Elastin is a different protein that allows your skin to bounce back. When elastin starts to lose its strength, this is where skin starts to sag and wrinkles occur. While we on the topic, this blank is the product in your skin that gives it color. It starts with an M. What is that?
melanin
Melanin is correct. The more melanin found in the skin, the darker the color. Again, blood flows in the dermis layer of the skin, but your nerves are where?
in the papillary.
In the epidermis.
Oh,
Different nerve fibers are motor, sensory, secretory. Motor fibers create movement. Sensory fibers alert your brain when it's cold, hot, touch, pressure, pain, and your secretory fibers rid your body of oil and sweat. When it comes to oil and sweat, they leave your body through different glands. Your sweat glands are called sudoriferous, and your oil glands are known as.
sebaceous.
That is correct. Sudoriferous glands found everywhere on your body, just like your sebaceous glands,
Except
except
for your hands and the soles of your feet.
there you go. There are no oil glands on your feet or palms. When you get nervous, your hands get sweaty, but they do not get oily. When it is hot outside, your feet sweat, but they do not release oil. Okay. Um, Sometimes people have overactive or non-working sweat glands. The most common disorder is what? It occurs on the face.
Anti sweat,
No, sir.
hyperhidrosis.
That ain't what I'm
That's
looking for. I know where you're going. You're going there faster than where I'm getting to.
Color.
Acne.
Oh
Acne
yeah.
comes to the surface of your skin as
Okay.
either a white head or a black head. If it has an open comedone, it is a black head. If the comedone is closed, it is a white head.
Whitehead.
Sometimes the body does not sweat or has a lack of it. When the body is anti sweat, you are experiencing what?
Like a sweat.
What is it called? Starts with an A.
Am am. I can't say it. Anhydrosis.
That is correct. Anhydrosis is correct. The opposite, when you have sweat glands that cause you to sweat all the time, you have
Hyper.
hyper sweat glands or hyper what?
Hyperhidrosis.
That's right. The bad smelling sweat that is primarily in the arms or feet might cause you to say, put on some deodorant. That's called what?
The Bhydrosis. The bromahydrosis. Hydrosis.
Bromhidrosis is correct. So, hyper sweat glands, hyperhidrosis, anti sweat is anhydrosis, A and A, hyper and hyper, and then foul
It's
smelling
got to
sweat
be
is
B like a bitch.
bromhidrosis. See what else we got. Lesion, change to the skin tissue caused by injury and or disease. There are numerous lesions, both primary and secondary, but the best way to sum it up is this. Um, if you have a multiple choice question about the lesion having fluid, the answer is a
Primary.
primary.
And if it's not, it's secondary.
That's right. Reason being, only a handful of primary lesions do not have a fluid, such as a wheal or a burrow. Secondary lesions are not filled with fluid, as they are a collection of skin piled together.
So secondaries are like scabs.
Yep, excess crust keloids. Okay. So he's saying, which I agree with, use your process of elimination when dealing with questions about skin conditions. While scrapes and scabs are built up of dead skin, they are labeled secondary. Pus or fluid, like macules and papules, are primary lesions.
So what are scabies?
Um,
That would be a primary.
yeah. hmm Poison ivy.
Yeah.
Well, eczema, herpes, poison ivy would actually fall under inflammations, not lesions.
Hmm. There's only two types.
Yep.
Primary and secondary.
hmm
I think I said that. I think I got that question wrong last time I took that.
Matter of fact, the technical term for inflammatory skin conditions is what? And it starts with a D.
Dermatitis.
Dermatitis is correct. All right. Classic dandruff. What is it called?
Psych. Start with a P.
That's right.
I can't pronounce the word, but it's something psoriasis or something like that.
Pityriasis.
Huh?
Pityriasis.
Pityriasis.
Mm-hmm. Capitis simplex is the technical term for classic dandruff.
Yeah. Right. Syntax. Okay.
All right. The more serious form of dandruff is pityriasis steatoides.
Mm, 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 mm.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
This type of
mouthful.
dandruff can have open sores, pus, and bleeding may occur. If your client has this type of dandruff, they will need to do what?
Go to the dermatologist
That's right.
and see if they can get some help with targeting. It's like ringworm, right? No, somewhat, but no, it's
Yeah,
just a part of the
kind of.
scalp
It's
analysis.
put like this. It's in that family.
Yeah.
Yeah. If your client has this type of dandruff, you need to see a physician. A few other terms you should know dealing with skin conditions are tinea, which means what?
Ringworm.
Yep. Uh, you don't say it canites.
Can
It's got a weird pronunciation to it. But we're gonna say canites, which is the technical term for what? What kind of hair? What color hair?
what color? Gray
Yeah.
hair.
What's up, Brittany? Happy Sunday.
Gray hair, right?
Gray hair is correct. Yep.
You sure?
Trichoptilosis, which is what?
What?
Cuzzo, what's up?
What you say again?
Trichoptilosis.
I don't remember that.
All right. Split ends.
Okay.
And fragilita's cranium is the term for what?
It ain't baldness.
Nope.
So you had gray hair. You know what I'm
Fragilitas.
saying? Because gray hairs can't right?
Canities. Yeah.
Canities is gray hair.
Yeah. But hear what I'm saying to you. Fragilitas. What kind of hair is that?
Struggling hair.
Yeah. What's a better word though? Okay, cuz
Breakage.
just text me. Huh?
Breakage.
Brittle.
Brittle.
Brittle. Breakage is close, but see, here's what they'll do. If they ask you a question like that, they might have breakage, and then they'll have brittle hair, and then they might have, weak hair. Well, what's the best one out of the three? Is brittle hair.
Okay.
Because,
It's got that texture. It's got that
yeah,
brittle
because if
texture.
you got breakage, it's not already broke off. But if you got brittle hair, is close, but it ain't broke off yet.
Okay.
See, that's how they'll get you. So you might use your process of elimination. You get down to two answers, and you got to figure out the best answer between the two.
And just go with the one that you absolutely would pick.
Yeah, it's psychological. You know how this go. You know how this go. All right. Side note: anytime you see Tania, it has something to do with ringworm. Okay, Tania. All right, Tania Barbie.
You can't see that.
Yeah, you can. You can see Tania Barbie.
Not on the back of the neck for real.
What they got to do with the back of the neck? Tania Barbie. Barbie.
You're right. You can't
Where
see
is it?
that.
Where is it?
On your scalp.
No. That's capitis. There you go. In the beard. Barbie for beard. Tania Barbie is for beard. Tania capitis is for scalp. But you also got Tania favosa. It's ringworm of the scalp, but it's the kind that smell bad. And it's real crusty yellow and all that stuff. So it's even worse than Tania capitis. Tania capitis is the one that you might see if somebody been playing, they've been wrestling on a dirty mat or something like that.
Yeah.
That type. But Tania favosa is a worse form of that. So just remember that one. Because there you go. Favosa is a high percentage question. For sure. Like I even say 75% and above. That's how high percentage that one is. Let's see here. Facials. Because the lack of elasticity was gravity naturally pulling your skin down. All pressure movements during a facial are in what direction? If your skin is starting to sag down,
you want to pull the skin up.
You want to pull the skin up. That's simple. Okay. They might say to the left or to the right, up, down. Well, that's it. Perfect. Facials designed to make somebody look younger, have soothing, relaxing effects. Also designed to preserve health and correct skin treatments. When it comes to different type of skin conditions, there are primarily three. What are they? If we talk about skin conditions,
Oily skin.
that's one.
Dry skin.
Yep.
Normal skin.
That's correct. Now you might have combinations, but those are the primary three. All right. Facials can correct the dry and oily conditions and preserve the health of the normal conditions. Different facial movements give different muscle stimulations. So you have effleurage, petrissage, and tapotement. They are three very popular and common manipulations that your test may talk about. You will see those.
I know. I seen
all right.
regular test.
So what is effleurage?
Effleurage is like you doing an upward motion.
There you go. Yep, it's a light upward motion, no pressure. Petrissage is the pinching
motion.
Pinching motion.
Oh yeah,
pinching.
And then
tapotement
is just the light tap. It's
there you go.
Tapping motion. It's not too much pressure. It's light pressure.
Yep. There you go. All right.
I'll never forget that question.
Okay.
That pissed me off.
A good product to use during a facial is a cleanser because it typically has a neutral pH, which stands for what?
God, I don't remember.
You don't remember what pH stands for?
I really don't.
You don't remember from the other day we was in here talking about this? Y'all see that? Y'all see what I go through?
I don't.
Y'all see what I go through?
I don't. I've
We done
never
said we
just
done went
sat
over that
and
one
thought
up.
about
We done went over this one a zillion times. Potential hydrogen.
potential hydrogen.
Yep. And the
Potential
scale goes from what to what?
0 to 14.
There you go. Okay. So
I can tell
anything.
you everything
All
else
right.
except
Well,
for what
tell
it
me
stands
this
for.
then. Okay. So if it's below 7, it's what? It's considered what?
Acidic,
Correct. If it's above 7,
alkaline,
and 7 itself is
neutral.
okay. Where does the skin and hair stand on the pH scale?
I want to say between 5.
5 is a great answer. Perfect. Somewhere hovering around 5.
Yeah, like
Yes, sir.
5, 5.5, around that
That's
area.
right. All right. Let's see. Do you remember if they? No, I don't remember them asking about nails and stuff.
They got to.
I don't remember nobody that took the master haircut talking about nails.
I don't either.
So we'll come back to that if we need to. Hair coloring. Believe it or not, this is one of the easiest sections of the test. As long as you get familiar enough with the primary concepts. Okay. So the questions are pretty straightforward. Just know your basics. When we talk about hair coloring, there's a difference between hair lightening and hair coloring, which I have to tell my clients a bunch of times too. Hair coloring, actually applying an actual color to the hair. This is essentially making the hair a darker tone. Hair lightening is actually lightening the hair. This can be something subtle as black to brown or something extreme like black to blonde. So, when learning about how color is mixed, get in the habit of calling it the laws of color. Your test may try to trick you and call it the law of hair coloring or the hair coloring rules or something else like that. These are all incorrect. What you are learning is the laws of color. If you mix yellow and blue in even amounts, what color do you get?
Green.
That's right. It does not matter if we are mixing crayons, colored pencils, hair dye. It don't matter. It is a scientific law. Therefore, do not confuse the two. We are learning the laws of color. So basically, if we took those Adore bottles over there and we mix equal parts yellow, equal parts blue, what are we going to get?
Green.
That's right. So if somebody has blue in their hair color, like blue in their hair, and they want to go green, what do we have to do?
Hey, yellow.
There you go.
It's,
It's
it's
really
really
that
that
simple.
simple.
It's really, really, really that simple. So when you go to the store and you say, "Oh well, they got all this blue," but you look in your cabinet and you like, "All right, we trying to get it to green. I don't have
Anything
this."
I need to go get this.
That's right.
This yellow guy.
Yeah, but technically you could.
Bleach.
That's right because bleaching gets the hair from what to what.
It's technically is
It's
a
like a
point.
blonde.
It's like a form of hair lightening.
That's right. So if you are lifting that blue and it typically gets the hair blonde, you could do that too to get that green.
But wouldn't so like is it a specific toner you would use for that after the fact, or you just would? Okay,
Because we following the laws of color, remember?
right.
Okay, cool. Some people have a hard time remembering the color wheel. It's actually simple. All right. You
There are
got,
3 primary colors:
what are they?
red, yellow,
That's right.
and blue.
Rich, what's happening? Red, yellow, and blue is correct. Okay. Um, primary colors are the colors given without mixing any colors to make them because you can't mix any colors to make red, yellow, or blue. All right. Now, when you mix them, you have what?
Secondary color:
You have secondary colors. Okay. Give me an example of a secondary color. If you,
purple,
okay, give me one more.
orange.
Excellent. Right. That's simple. Primary, secondary. Now, when you mix a primary and a secondary color, what do you have? What kind of color?
It's a combination.
Yeah, but what is it called though? Start
Hue.
with a T.
Uh,
Tertiary.
t- huh?
tertiary colors.
Okay,
Right?
tertiary.
Like
Okay.
if you had orange,
Like
which is
Tetris. Tertiary Tetris.
yep,
Because how the colors on Tetris go down, yeah.
there you go. All right. So that basically happens when you mix a primary color with a secondary color.
Okay.
So like
That's the third color wheel,
yeah.
basically.
Yep. So like yellow orange, you know what I'm saying? Red orange, red violet, blue violet, that type of thing. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Um Complementary colors. What are those?
Complementary colors.
Yep. And we still talking about the color wheel. So when they did the primary colors, now we added the secondary colors, and then we added the tertiary colors. What would complementary colors be?
It'd be like black,
We're
white.
talking about the color wheel.
Okay, we on color. I'm tripping. Complementary colors. They just be colors that accent the other colors.
It's the colors right across from each other on the color wheel.
Diagonal.
So what did they do?
Yeah, I don't know what they do.
They cancel each other out
That's right.
if they're right across from each other. There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
You with me?
Yeah, with you.
All right, cool.
You lost me. What you lost me on was saying complimentary.
Well, you got to know this
Yeah, I
because
know.
if they
That's
ask
why
the
I got
question,
lost.
you're gonna be like, all right, well, they giving you a simple idea. It's just how they asking.
Yeah, that's so fucked up.
Because they might add, okay, I'll give you an example. So a high percentage question. They may say, all right, you had a level 6 orange and you want to go to a level 4 brown. How do you do that? You need the colors that are directly across from the color wheel to cancel it out. Because when you cancel colors out, what color do you get?
The basic color. You get the regular color that it's supposed to be.
Okay, let me ask it like this. When a color is canceled out, is it A, white, B, black, C, brown, D, green?
Green. Yeah, I'm playing. Go back to black. Depending on the hair color that they cancel, right?
What color are all these mannequins? Most of them, anyway.
Black. Well, no, white.
Oh my God. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Look at that mannequin right there. What color is that mannequin hair right there?
Oh, brown.
Right here.
It's like a sandy brown.
Thank you. What about this one?
Brown.
Thank you. What about that one way up there?
It's a darker hue brown.
Thank you. All right. So when colors cancel each other out, is it
brown?
There you go.
But you asked me what color are the mannequins, not the hair color. Gotta be specific.
Okay, cool. You got to be specific when they ask the question.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, gotta be specific.
Excellent.
Because I'm asking you a question. Just not the answer you wanted. Oh, man.
You know we talking about hair. You know we talking about hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. After you have created all the colors, it's time to separate the cool and warm colors. Green, blue, and violet are cool, while red, orange, and yellow are warm. Fire is pretty warm, so those are your warm colors. The remaining colors, green, blue, violet, are say what?
So I use cool colors since fire would be like a red, orange, and yellow. I would use the night sky as the cool because it's like a blue.
Makes
violet.
perfect sense.
So
that makes perfect sense. Okay. The purpose of cool colors is to darken, while warm colors lighten. There you go. Other terminology, the word tone describes the warmth or the coolness of a color. Another name for color is hue, and saturation is the amount of pigment in a color. Okay. And again, where is pigment found in the hair? Cuticle, cortex, or medulla?
Cortex. No, it's located on the cuticle.
And you had it right the first time. Cortex in the middle. So that's where it's deposited. When we look at hair color, what are we looking at? Are we looking at the cuticle, cortex, or medulla?
When we're looking at hair color.
Yep. When you're looking at that brown on that mannequin.
You looking at the cuticle.
And because the cuticle is transparent. So you're looking at the cortex.
So cortex is the whole strain, like the
Yeah, so
whole.
the cuticle would be like that window right there,
Yeah.
and you're looking at a black car in front of you.
Mm,
Black car is the cortex,
okay.
and then the inside of the car is like the medulla.
Mm,
Yeah,
medulla oblongata.
yeah. Now the cuticle is the outermost part of the hair, which you're right about that. But if it's transparent, you're looking at the
So
cortex.
it's like
That's
our hair literally has like a clear coat around it.
there. You go. That's right.
That's so fucked up.
Yep. So let's
Who
see.
come up with this stuff?
What else? What else? What else?
Y'all gonna see me back here again next year, so I can get my instructor license.
We can only hope.
I
Anyway, you got to be licensed for 3 years.
would be licensed for 3 years.
Next year?
Next year, be my third year being licensed.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got my license in 20.
Okay. Well, we can only hope we'll see him next year, y'all. We'll see.
What?
Because he had like he's scared to study to take tests. He's gonna have to study again for his instructor's test. I'm just saying.
And make a damn. I gotta make a damn.
You gotta do a presentation.
Gotta do fucking. That's gonna be the scary part.
Oh my god. Y'all hear him, right? Y'all
That's
hear
the
him, right?
scary part right
Y'all
there.
hear him, right?
Yeah, you gotta
Mm.
get a bad talking from people.
You might see the name toner, color, or tints on your test. Know that they all mean the same. There are also different types of tints labeled professional or non professional. Vegetable tints are made from vegetable plants, herbs. They are labeled professional products. Metallic or mineral dyes are not professional products because of what the name implies. This type of product has actual strips of metal in it. The strips of metal damage the hair's keratin and turns the hair brown. What is keratin, sir? Official 2023-5. What's going on?
Keratin is the what is it? Again, what is it? It's
Where is
part of.
Bam when I need him?
I know, boy, because I know
Bam will
exactly
be
what it is,
tearing
but
you up right now.
I can't get it out. I
Bam
know
will
what it
be
is, but I
tearing you
can't get
up
it
right now.
out.
Bam, if you watching right now,
I cannot get it
what
out.
is keratin, sir?
I can't get it out. I know what it is. But
Fibrous protein.
protein.
Compound dyes are also not
God.
professional products because they are made by mixing metallic and vegetable dyes together.
I promise y'all I'm not slow. I promise y'all I'm not slow.
Riddle me this, y'all. Do y'all think, based on the study that we doing
Hell
right
nah.
now, is he gonna pass or fail Tuesday?
I got a lot more questions right than I got wrong. I can say that. I got a lot more questions I got right.
Too funny,
But
man.
I want to get all of them right. I want to pass with flying colors.
All right. Factors that influence the outcome of a hair color service. You have texture, density, porosity, natural hair color, where it sits in a level system, and also contributing pigment, which is the underlying warmth exposed during lightning. One last factor is the type of hair color product that you use. When coloring hair, there are four different hair color products, and they all have different properties and uses. The products are temporary, semi permanent, demi permanent, and permanent hair color. Okay.
I've never seen nobody use demi-permanent. I've never seen nobody use it.
Um,
In what case would you use demi-permanent?
well, a few things: the texture of the hair, porosity of the hair, what they intend to accomplish with their hair color, all those different things. Demi-permanent reacts a little bit differently than
Semi.
semi-permanent. It deposits a little bit different. It holds a little bit different. Some demi-permanents react better to color-treated shampoos versus semi. Um, Semi after a couple washes goes away a little
Yeah,
bit more.
demi you get like
Demi,
two times
Demi's
extra
supposed
length.
to, yeah, Demi's supposed to stay a little bit better, but it just depends on the brand. Like I said, it depends on the brand. It depends on what you lifted it with. It depends on all kinds of different little factors, but they're very, very similar. Temporary has the largest and heaviest color molecules and only stains the cuticle. Since it only touches the outer layer of the hair shaft, it can easily be washed away with one shampoo. Semi and demi are very similar in size and weight, and people often confuse the two on their tests. Semi and demi permanent hair colors are very similar in size,
but they're different because
and people often confuse the two on their tests.
but semi has the little. They both have the little circles, but in demi, the circles are actually like entering the cortex.
Well, let's go through it. I'm glad you said that. There are some differences you should know. Semis last about 6 to 8 shampoos. Also used directly from the bottle because there's no mixing required. For this reason, semi permanents are sometimes called direct dyes because you can use them straight out of the bottle without having to mix them, i.e., all those that are above the sink over there.
Yeah.
All those different colors, those are semis. Okay. The particles are smaller than temporary color particles, so they can penetrate the cuticle and stain what part of the hair shaft?
Cortex.
The cortex. This is why it gradually fades versus just washing out like temporary color. Remember, demi does need a developer. In other words, demi-permanent hair colors use a developer while semis do not. The developer gives a boost, which makes the demi-permanent last longer than a semi-permanent. It is also able to penetrate through the cuticle and deeper into the cortex as opposed to a temporary or semi-permanent. Demi-permanent and permanent both use a developer, which makes them oxidation colors.
So
What does oxidation mean, by the way?
my mind went blank right now because I was going to say
The
that.
introduction of a hydrogen
Yeah,
or taking away oxygen.
I was getting ready to say that demi is semi on steroids, while permanent is both of them on crack.
If that helps you remember them for the test,
That's
so
exactly
be it.
that's exactly what.
Demi-permanent and permanent both use a developer, which makes them oxidation colors. Since temporary and semi, they are non well temporary semi-permanent do not use a developer,
Yeah,
so they are non-oxidation colors. Without the developer, temporary and semi-permanent can only deposit color and not lift. This means they can make hair darker, but they cannot lift color or remove the pigment to make the hair color lighter. A little bit more about demi-permanent. Demis last about 8 to 10 shampoos. Though demi-permanent hair color is an oxidative color, it does not have the ability to lift. Now,
the
we
only
have
permanent has that
there we
ability.
go. The permanent color has the smallest and the lightest molecule and also lasts the longest of all the hair colors. Permanents can also use a higher volume developer to boost it. This product has the ability to lift or deposit color as well. The particles are so small some may ask, how do they stay in the hair? There's this thing called an aniline derivative. It is a product found in all permanent hair color that tells the particles to get big once inside the cortex. This process locks the particles inside the cortex because they are now too big to wash out. Your hair is now permanently this new color. Side note, never use aniline derivatives on beards, mustaches, or eyebrows, even though I've seen people try to do that shit on their
Why not?
eyebrows. Because you got different type of hair. You got lanugo hair. Sometimes they don't have a medulla, and you will fuck your shit up because you don't have a medulla in the middle. That's like that car not having a motor, and you trying to put transmission fluid and oil in that bitch. All right, you go ahead if you want to. See what happened.
Motherfucker ain't going nowhere.
Ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, wasted fluid because you can ready to look under the car. There ain't shit there.
You are done, son. You are done,
Just
son.
wasted money.
Yep. When performing a permanent hair color service, be sure to explain to your client what happens after permanent color change. Explain that it's a permanent change. Either gradually or substantially cut the hair to get rid of new color. Man, let me tell you something. Side note, when you're talking to your clients and they start hitting you with this stuff about hair color, if you ever use anything permanent, let them know this is permanent. This don't wash out. You want permanent red? You can get permanent red.
It's gonna be red, but you
It's
gonna have to
gonna
come
be
back.
red. Don't come to me talking about you want it green tomorrow. You got a problem.
I can't do it.
You're gonna have to grow that shit, and we're gonna have to cut it because it's permanent. Yes, sir. Straight like that. Okay. Either gradually or substantially cut the hair to get rid of the new color. The only other option is to color on top of the color, but that is more dangerous.
Cause that can cause breakage and stuff.
Come on. For those customers who love the new color and want to keep it, retouch applications will be needed
And you only have to do the retouch on the cuticle. Well, on the scalp.
on the new growth.
Gotta be on the scalp, technically.
You're making this harder than what it needs to
I'm
be, sir. On the new growth.
on the growth.
Thank you. That's what they're gonna be looking for. Like what you said earlier, you gotta be specific, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, technically your twists are on the scalp, but more specifically, we talking about this cortex
Yeah.
action going on. All right. Side note: opposite of a retouch application is a virgin application. It is used when a client has never received the service, rather it be color or chemical, which will be sections 8 and
And
9 of your practical of your master hair care. So I hope you are ready, young man.
I'll be back.
I know you will. A retouch application is applying, just don't come when I'm about to leave. A retouch application is applying a chemical to newly grown hair to match the hair that was previously chemically treated or colored. Remember to use a patch test. The line where the natural hair coming from the scalp and the old chemically treated colored hair meet is called the line of demarcation. Retouch, line of demarcation, and patch test are not just terms for hair color. These phrases are interchangeable whenever chemicals are being used. Glad he said that. Remember, by the way, we are um, we are transcribing from one of my favorite books on this topic. It is called The Blueprint. It is by none other than Mr. State Board. Okay. Let me make sure I give him all the credit where it's due. I really, really, really like this book. I really like how he took the information and found the most pertinent information from the book, and then he gave you the most simple way to give you the pertinent information. Now, for state board in South Carolina, we have a few things that aren't covered as in detail from the blueprint, but most of this stuff is covered in the blueprint. I really, really, really like this book. Like I said, Mr. State Board, I love that guy. I love what he did, and I think he's coming up with an updated version of this book. Um, I don't know if he's calling it the Blueprint 2.0, or I can't remember what he said the name of it was going to be, but I do want to say that in my group that I'm in, he talked about doing an updated version. So once again, any of y'all looking at this right now, wondering about the information that we given, look up Mr. State Board on Instagram. He is the man. Okay. Remember, a developer is using oxidation tints, permanent and permanent, right?
All right.
Developers come in different types of strength, and the more popular ones are 8, 10, 20, 30, and 40, which I have over there. I got what I got over there 10, 20, and 40. I ran out of 30, but I was using 30 a lot. The higher the volume, the stronger the lifting power. The lower the volume, the less lift the color will be able to perform. Developers come in dry, cream, or liquid, and they all perform the same. The difference is how they feel. Dry has the consistency of a powder. Cream feels like a relaxer, and liquid is like water. While mixing developers with color, never use metal implements. Using metal implements may cause a chemical reaction to start. I agree. I usually have the brushes, they are plastic. I don't have metal brushes.
Yeah.
And when I say brushes, we're not talking about the brushes that you brush your wave with. We talking,
Uh,
yeah, the brushes that you apply color with, stuff like that. Not just developers, but when using relaxers or any other chemical, do not use metal implements. I agree 100%. The level system is a chart that shows the light or darkness level of the hair ranging from 1 to 10. 1 is what and 10 is what?
One is the darkest,
Which is,
black,
yep, 10
and
is what?
the lightest,
Of what?
blondes.
There you go. Okay. So not light blonde, not platinum blonde, just lightest blonde. So if they ask you level 10 is platinum, level 10 white, is level 10 lightest blonde, or is level 10 blonde?
Lightest.
Lightest blonde. Okay. Hair lightening process used to lighten the color of the hair. Opposite will be hair coloring, which is adding color. There are times when a customer may require a hair lightening before adding color to the hair.
That's
This
called
is
a double
known
process.
as a double process. That is correct. Double process happens when a person with dark hair wants a certain color. You must lighten the hair before applying the color that is desired. First process is the lightener. Second process is whatever color they choose. Lighteners are either considered on the scalp or off the scalp. On the scalp lighteners are for retouches. Off the scalp are much stronger. Oil and cream are on the scalp. Powder is off the scalp. I like this. Real talk. I might need my customers to see this class so they understand all that. That's what's up.
What,
That's what's happening.
what's that?
He just broke that down. I like that.
We had to.
Well, you got to for the test, but this is some high percentage real life stuff right here
Yeah.
for sure. Okay, finish the perfect color. Perfectly matches the swatch your client provided. Aren't you happy, excited with a smile from ear to ear? Oh, there's a problem. Now that your customer sees on the head, they want to go a shade or two lighter after you've shown them the final product.
Can't do it.
Well, there are a couple, but not many options that you have. You can use a dye remover. A dye remover removes artificial pigments from the hair. This is different from a stain remover, which is used when the color is spilled on the client's skin. You need to remove it. You can purchase dye remover from the store, but another option is using any leftover color from the service and scrub the client's skin with it or use a strong soap with water. Another option, the tint back, is performed by creating color as close to the original color and apply it. So remember, dye remover is a product that lightens hair, and a tint back is a process to change the color of a client's hair. Highlights, lowlights. You should know these too. Highlights color lighter strands and overall dark hair. Lowlights put dark streaks in typically overall lighter hair.
Okay.
You can apply high and low lights in the same way. A few ways to color are the cap, the foil, the freeform techniques. Cap uses a headpiece the client wears his hair pulled through the holes in the cap. That's right. The foil technique colors the hair on strips of aluminum foil. And freeform uses the brush only and allows you to create your own masterpiece without any restrictions. Now I've seen all three and they're all dope.
They are.
Yeah. How y'all
I've
doing?
only seen the foil and the freeform with cosmetologists, but
Well,
I've seen
shout out to one of my mentors, Michelle Bryan. I used to see Michelle Bryan do the cap,
Yeah, I see it.
and
Most barbers
she'll
just
poke through,
poke the
poke,
hole
pluck,
through.
poke, pluck. Yeah. But when they got done with it, that shit looked dope as hell. I was like, that's what's up. I had never seen it. I was like, what is she about to do with that? It was dope.
Captain like a condom.
Right. All right. We'll do the rest of this part 2. We'll do part 2 tomorrow.
We'll do part 2 tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a great day of study.
Yep. Join us online tomorrow as we finish part 2 to get the person that didn't study ready for his master hair care test.
Guess who's gonna be studying?
Yeah, he think we're gonna be studying at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. We will not be.
We're coming.
I'm gonna be chilling.
Yeah, we're gonna be chilling tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we chilling.
We're gonna be online tomorrow. Join us.
We are out.
Peace. And